Hey there, what's up guys? My name is Useless Mango and I'd like to welcome you all back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel, where we're going to be taking another look at the fastest supercars in the game, because as of the Bikers DLC we have a new fastest supercar in GTA Online. So as always, if you do go on to enjoy the video or you find it interesting at all, then do be sure to drop the video a like rating, and if you are new to my channel and you like my GTA 5 content, then why not hit that subscribe button? It only takes 2 seconds and it means that you won't miss any of my future uploads. Now with that said, let's get it started. Okay, so you may recall when the RE-7B was released into GTA Online, there was a trick you could do to get the car to do over 200 miles an hour. What you do is apply the carbon spoiler to the car and keep the stock wheels on the vehicle. But now it seems that this was not supposed to happen with this car, as when Rockstar released the Bikers DLC a couple of weeks ago, the RE-7B is no longer the fastest car in the game, and the trick to get it to do more than 200 miles an hour no longer works. This means that the RE-7B is now a lot more evenly matched with other supercars in the game, but it also means that we now have a new fastest car in GTA Online. So like I did with my last video where we compared the top speeds of the supercars in the game, I've installed 2 mods into GTA 5 single player to help me record the highest top speed that the vehicles can reach. One mod is a no traffic mod and the other is a speedometer mod, both of which will be linked in the description so you guys can compare the top speeds of the cars in your own game. Also linked in the description will be an Excel document where I've got recorded the speeds of the cars from the last time we did this, so you guys can see the differences between the Cunning Stunts update and the Bikers DLC, as whatever Rockstar have changed seems to have affected other cars too, just not as much as the RE-7B. So I've got top speeds for 20 supercars in the game, but we're also going to be going back over the cost per mile an hour like we did in my last video, so you guys can get a rough idea for just how much you're paying for the overall speed of the car. But we're only going to be going over the top 10 in this video, and if you're interested in the rest then you can find them in the Excel document linked in the description. So in 10th place we have the Progen Tyrus, which when driven all around the map managed to reach a maximum speed of 139.9 miles an hour. And since the car costs $2,550,000, this means that if you base the price off of the speed that the car can reach, you'd be paying approximately $18,200 for every mile an hour this car can do. In 9th place is the Vapid FMJ, which came out with further adventures in finance and felony, and this car managed to reach a top speed of 140.3 miles an hour, and since the car costs $1,750,000, you'd be paying about $12,500 per mile an hour this car can do. In 8th place we have the Overflod Entity XF, which has been in the game since day 1, so it's nice to see that the older cars are still relevant, but this car managed to reach a top speed of 143.8 miles an hour, and since the car costs $795,000, this means that you'll be paying about $5,500 per mile an hour. In 7th place we have the Pegassi Osiris, which came out with ill-gotten gains, and this car managed to reach a top speed of 144.4 miles an hour. And because this car costs $1,950,000, you'd be paying about $13,500 for every mile an hour that this car can do. In 6th place we have another car under the Pegassi umbrella, and it's the Pegassi Zentorno, which managed to reach a top speed of 144.7 miles an hour, and because this car costs $725,000, this means that you'd be paying about $5,000 per mile an hour, which puts this car among the cheapest ones on this list when it comes to value for money. In 5th place we have the Truffade Adder, which is yet another car that's been in the game since day 1, and this car managed to reach a top speed of 146 miles an hour, and since this car costs exactly $1 million, it means that you'd be paying about $7,000 for every mile an hour. In 4th place we have the Bravado Banshee 900R, which managed to reach a top speed of 147.7 miles an hour, and because this car costs $565,000, it has the best value for money rating on this top 10, as you'd only be paying about $4,000 per mile an hour. But now onto the top 3 fastest supercars in GTA 5, and in 3rd place we have the old king, the Anis RE-7B, which this time around managed to reach a top speed of 148.2 miles an hour, which is over 50 miles an hour slower than what it was the last time I tested it. But because this car costs just short of $2.5 million, it means that you'd be paying about $16,500 per mile an hour. In 2nd place we have a car that's jumped a fair bit from its last place on our old top 10, and it's the Grotti X80 Proto, which this time managed to reach a top speed of 148.7 miles an hour, meaning that because this car costs $2,700,000, you'd be paying about $18,000 per mile an hour. And now in 1st place, if you haven't already guessed, we have the Fister 811, which came 2nd the last time we tested it, but this time it's managed to take 1st place with a top speed of 180.1 miles an hour. And since this car costs $1,135,000, it means that you'd be paying about $6,000 for every mile an hour that this car can do. Alright, so I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you surprised with the new top 10 fastest supercars in GTA 5? Would you like Rockstar to make the RE-7B the fastest car in the game again? Or have you managed to reach a higher top speed in any of these vehicles? As always, be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Okay, so that's the new top 10 fastest supercars in GTA 5. As always, if you did go on to enjoy the video or you found it interesting at all, then do be sure to drop the video a like rating. And if you are new to my channel and you like my GTA 5 content, then why not hit that subscribe button? It only takes 2 seconds and it means that you won't miss any of my future uploads. But with that said, stay awesome and thanks for watching.